Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm finally on vacation, semester is finally over, and I'm here to give you a June book haul. So this book haul is gonna be split into two parts, mainly because June is the month I buy the most books, and you can see that pattern in my videos. For three reasons. First one, it's because school is over, and so I get really hopeful about how many books I'm gonna read. The second reason, it's because I usually travel and I buy books when I travel. And the third reason, it's because the Lisbon Book Fair happens in the end of May, beginning of June mostly. And because I have school, I can only go in June, so basically the entire book haul is saved to June. I'm gonna split this book haul in two. I'm gonna give you a first part, and I'm gonna give you a second part with all the books I bought in the Lisbon Book Fair. Hopefully there's no more hauls this month because I have no bookshelves to put them in, and I already bought enough books to last me the entire rest of the year, not even summer. So yeah, let's get started. For some context, I traveled to Brazil, São Paulo. I went back home for 5 days. I visited some friends and of course went to some bookshops. On my way back, I had a connecting flight in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States, where a cousin of mine lives. And so she took me to a bookstore because she knows how obsessed I am with books. And so this is the result of that trip. And this book haul is gonna be just about that trip. To start with, I'm gonna just talk about some movies I actually bought in Brazil. I buy a lot of Blu-rays when I'm in Brazil because they are much cheaper for me than if I bought them in Portugal. The first one I have is Dunkirk, which I actually watched there with a friend because he hadn't watched it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, Dunkirk is about a military disaster that happened in 1940, if I'm not mistaken, 41, when the British forces were, how do you say in English? They were stuck in a beach in Dunkirk, in the north of France, by the German forces. And basically it's a story of how they escaped from that beach, and I really enjoyed it. I watched it in the cinema, and and it was a movie to be watched in the cinema because, you know, all of the sound effects are incredible, but it's still an amazing movie. I love the story, the way they decided to do the storytelling, and yeah, it's really interesting. The second movie I have here, it's another one that I've already watched, so I mostly only buy DVDs when I've already watched the movie, so I know what I'm buying, especially Blu-rays. The second one, it's The Post with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. I love these two, so when they decided to do a movie together directed by Steven Spielberg, I freaked out. I watched this in the cinema with my parents, loved it. I really enjoy this type of films. This one, Spotlight, for example, another one that I really enjoy. And so yeah, I bought the DVD so I can watch it over and over again because I love movies with a lot of dialogue. I know I'm weird. Just yeah, so I bought that one. And then comes the pretty cover. So in Brazil they have a lot more pretty covers for books and DVDs. And they do these steel boxes for Blu-rays, which we also have here, but they are so expensive that it's not worth the money. But I usually buy them only for Star Wars movies because my dad is obsessed and he gave that obsession to me, so yeah. And the first one that I finally managed to find because the DVD could not be found in Portugal is Captain America Civil War, and look at this beautiful thing. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it again because I haven't watched it since I watched it in the cinema, and I really enjoy this movie. I love the Avengers, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so yeah, I bought this. And last but certainly not least is Wonder Woman in this amazing steel box as well. And yeah, I mean, there's no explanation needed. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's funny, action-packed, interesting, love the setting, love the characters. It's the only DC film I love or enjoy, to be honest. I'm much more a Marvel fan, but Wonder Woman, yes. And this DVD is so well worth the purchase because I really want to watch it again and again. And now they're making number 2 when Chris Pine is in it, and I'm so thrilled about that. So let's go over to the books because that's what you're basically here to see. I'm gonna start with the Brazilian ones because I know you would skip that if I left it to the end, since most of you I guess, are not Brazilian or Portuguese. So the first one I bought was Clarice Lispector. I bought Laços de Família, which could be translated to Family Ties, but I am not sure how they translated to English, what they decided to do. So Clarice Lispector is one of the most acknowledged female Brazilian writers. I've never read anything by her, which is a shame, and so here I am trying to make up for that. I have no idea what this is about. It looks like it's short tales, but it might not be. I'm going for it. I'm very scared of modern writers, and I want to erase that fear, so here is me trying. The next book is actually inspired by a booktuber everyone knows, who is Ariel Bisset, and she's obsessed with Frida Kahlo. And she has every right to be so, because I've watched the movie with Salma Hayek, and I think, yeah, that's someone worth being a fan of. And she mentioned this biography, and I saw it in Brazil, and I thought I'm just gonna buy it because it's a beautiful book. And yeah, and this is the biography of Frida Kahlo by Maria Esse, and it's illustrated. It's beautiful inside, as you can see. Has beautiful illustrations. And yeah, I can't wait to read it and to enjoy the art as well, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. And yeah, can't wait to watch more of this, or to read this. So the next one is the third in a series, and because I bought the first one in Brazil, I've been there. Every time I go there, I buy this next one because I don't want to mismatch the series, because that's the person I am. And this is Still Me by Jojo Moyes. This is the third book after, so this is the sequel to Me Before You and the other one, which I don't remember the original title because I only have the Brazilian titles here. I have no idea what goes on in this story, but I'm interested because the character herself, Lou, she's very relatable, and I think she's so adorable, and I really want to know what goes on in her life. I cry like a baby watching the movie and reading the first book, so I just keep buying them. Also, the covers are lovely and they look so nice together that I cannot not buy them. So yeah, that's what happens. So now we move on to the books in English. These are American editions, I believe. The first one is a long due purchase, and that is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I've heard about this on BookTube for years and years and years and years and years. And I was in a bookshop that's in Atlanta, that's an independent feminist bookstore, which of course it's amazing. It's Cherry's Books and More, if you want to check that out. I don't know if it's focusing. All I know about this book is that she goes to a film industry thing, and just that setting is amazing. And this is a diverse read, and I'm looking for that in my to add that to my reading more. And also I ended up actually buying 2 of those, so it's like it's on theme with Pride Month this month. So yeah, the first one I have for you is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. There's another book by her called We Are Okay, which everyone talks wonderful things about, and I'm really curious to read. But yeah, so I picked this one up. Love the cover, by the way, because pink, it's my thing, as you can probably tell. But the second one I bought was, and this one actually I bought back in Brazil still, but I'm just putting all the ones in English together. It's Leah on the Offbeat, and this is the sequel to Love, Simon. I already read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I own The Upside of Unrequited, which I'm aiming to read this summer. And I saw this one and I thought I have to read it because it must be cute and funny, and I love that in the summer. Really good for the book-a-thon if it happens this year and if I participate in it. Really looking forward to reading this book. Love the cover, love this color. So yeah, I have no idea what happens here. And yeah, so looking forward to reading this one. Lovely cover, and it's a new release, which also makes me early to the party. I never on time. I always buy books that have been hyped like 3 years ago, as you could see. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one. And the last one I bought while abroad was The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I have heard amazing things about this book. I think this is set, or one of the characters is in Georgia, which I thought was appropriate to buy while I was there. So I've been postponing buying this book for a long time, because I always said I'm gonna buy it when I have time and space to read it. But then I was there and I just thought, oh well, let's just buy it now. I've heard amazing things about it. I know it deals with a very interesting, deep, sad topic. Apparently they would escape through this underground railroad. I don't know if it's a fictional one or real one. I'm gonna investigate before I read, I promise. I'm always looking forward to learning a lot about other cultures and history. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to getting from this book, and also a very deep emotional story that will probably make me cry at the end of it, which, who doesn't love to cry? Yeah. That's it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read any of these books, please leave a comment down below telling me how did you feel about them, if you love them, which one should I pick up first. Can't wait to read all of them. Can't wait to watch all of these movies again. Yeah, I hope you didn't mind the little movie haul in the beginning, because I love cinema as well, so that's just part of the deal with me. Sorry. And that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. All my media links are down below. You can check them out if you want to. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up or subscribe, and I'll see you soon in my new video. Bye. I hadn't said this in such a long time. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.